观众朋友们，大家好，欢迎收看中央广播电视总台。
Welcome tuning in with CGTN New Media, and this is our special program, Winter Olympics Are Coming. It's around 117 days, we will see that the Winter Olympics will be kicked off here in Beijing. In the past 1 week, and we have seen a testing game at the newly built National Sledding Center, where the bobsledding competition was held. And in October, actually, we really feel the approaching of Winter Olympic Games. And also we have a opening game as well, that's the fast skating. And today is the last day of the competition. And let's let our correspondent to tell us more about the competition. So that's the speedy skating China Open. And we talk about this is the third game day and also the last day of the competition. And right now it's countdown in 1 hour to start today's game. And looking at right now, the players, the athletes are doing their warming up. And we could see that everyone is doing their final preparation. This afternoon, 1,500 meters for both genders. And we have around 4 games. So after this afternoon's 4 games, it'll be the end of the Beijing Open or China Open. So the total competition lasts for 3 days. So for my feelings, first of all, we're looking at the whole center. Look at this is actually the ice. It's the most advanced technology to make all these ice, and also the low carbon, green, environmental friendly material. And also the athletes also proved that the very good and also very smooth, and also they can create a faster performance here at this center. And also the athletes from Netherlands and ROK also created or made their newly high record. So the athletes gave a sum up to the organization committee. So in total, we have 12 games in the 3 days, and we not have that many athletes compared to the Winter Olympic Games. So it's just 4 games per day. So we shortened the schedule, so that will be a really tight schedule per day. But looking at from the logistics, from the competition and everything actually is follow the same standard as the Winter Olympic Games. And looking at the whole team, of this center, finally streamline the working process based on the previous games and also this time's the China Open. So they will find out any potential issues, and they still have some time to fix all these. And on October 13th and 21st, we also have the figure skating and also the short track fast speedy skating as well. And also this is in Beijing, but also in the other 2 venues for Winter Olympic Games, we will also see the games or competitions going on. So the overall testing competition will be ended by the end of this year. So the China Open lasts for 3 days. with in total 12 games. And this is also the first international competition held here in this center. So we talk about it's not just testing the hardcore the venues, and also testing the whole working process, including media, including transportation, including security. So we talk about all the management or the activity venue managed in a closed loop manner. So this is the north gate. So the buses will stop here. The athletes will enter the center from this gate. And first, they will see at the venue and looking at the testing game. They're looking at this is the area for their warming up. So they have the locker room, the weight room, and also the warming up room. So looking at this is lockers. And also this is the warm up place and also the weight area. So like cycling, very important. This is something must to the speedy skaters. And also this room, we have a 100-meter long a running track. And also have a team's lounge. We have the place for the athletes to take a rest. So let's say in 1 minute, the athletes can reach to all these venues and rooms. And also they can go directly to the other way and then to the real tracks. And also have different equipment available here at the venue for emergency cases. For the operation team, this is also their task to see whether the work is solid enough to hold this kind of international competition. So we're looking at this venue by different zones, by the targeted audience. We have different plans in terms of COVID-19 precaution. So we have every reason to believe that we will have a very safe and secured testing game. And also let's turn our eyes to Yanqing. This is another venue for Winter Olympic Games. And from the 5th to the 12th of October, there will be international a training week. That's for the bobsleigh and the lodge. So for the athletes, they can get this opportunity to know the tracks, the venues, and also looking at this is a competition for bobsleigh and the skeleton. And also this is the very first of its kind in China in terms of the track. So for Winter Olympic Games, this is a huge competition involving many countries, athletes, and also the working staff. For the organizing committee, they are the ones to plan all the schedules and also check the athletes' identity and also to report the weather condition. So today we'll also give an interview with the chief of the sports department of the organizing committee. Right now we're looking at, it's coming to the end of the preparation, and right now we know it's already come to the 10th edition of the game schedule. So that involved so many back and forth communication. We're looking at for the at the 7th edition of the time schedule, the overall the framework of the games actually already fixed and approved by the International Olympic Games Committee. So in total, will be 7 key games. So we will have around 109 medals, the gold medals, and this time we also have the new games added in total 7 small games. So that's 7 games. Actually, we're quite aligned with the International Olympic Committee, and it's quite interested by the young generations, and also would like to draw the young generation's attention to get themselves in the Winter Games, and also would like to provide a equal footing to both genders. And this year in Beijing Olympic Games, we will see the highest number of women athletes join the game. So this year, that is taking up more than 40% of the total gender. So we could see that the female athletes will see increasing number of female athletes joining the game. Talking about the weather condition, we're looking at Beijing, Zhangjiakou, and Yanqing. Talk about big wind, low temperature, especially for the outdoor games. This is the biggest threats. So on one hand, we invested equipment and personnel. We established 51 stations to monitoring the weather condition, and we also built a 4 dedicated radar just for the Winter Olympic Games. And also we have the veterans, experienced personnel help us to monitor the weather condition, to do the weather forecast. Right now, the accurate ratio reached as high as 80%. This is comparatively really high standard. Of course, we're also working even harder to make sure that we can hit even higher goals in order to make sure that all the games can go smoothly and successfully. One of our key jobs is to let the athletes own the game. But in front of the COVID-19, a lot of things, it's quite hard to push forward. But that's not the showstopper. We know there are a lot of the uncertainties and instabilities. But one thing very clear is that the athletes should be the center of everything, and this is the most keen issue. That we also try to strike a balance between the COVID-19 prevention and control and the games preparation. So make sure that athletes can join the game in a very safe and secure manner. And we talk about we want the athletes to be fully vaccinated, and also the games will be operated in a closed loop manner. And we will also do everything we can to provide a sweet service to the athletes, make them feeling at home.
欢迎您继续收看《冬奥来了》。北京2022年冬奥会一共设有。
We are now watching a special program. Winter Olympics are coming. In our previous game, we already introduced the 4 key games, including the curling. Today, we see this one, and this is bobsleigh, and also luge.
双人雪车及女子单人雪车。雪车比赛共进行4轮，以4轮比赛的累计时间计算成绩，时间短者名次列前。运动员使用的头盔与摩托车骑手的头盔相仿，比赛服类似其他雪上项目的服装，但配有专用钉靴，靴底均匀分布着刷形鞋钉，帮助选手在出发环节短跑加速，用大约6秒的时间将雪车向前推进50米，被称为冰上 F1的雪车运动，展现着运动员强大的爆发力、良好的平衡力和精准的控制力。雪车沿着弯道驰骋，给人带来惊险刺激的感官体验。钢架雪车，钢架雪车要求运动员头部向下，俯卧在钢架雪车上，利用身体操控方向，沿弯曲的滑道完成比赛。它的时速可以达到135公里，具有较高的技术性和挑战性，近乎贴地飞行。钢架雪车主要以钢材和碳纤维类材料制成，没有转向器和制动装置，内侧按选手体型设计，底部由钢制骨架和2根固定的管状钢刃组成，车体上装有把手，供运动员出发时推动，也利于运动员在俯卧滑行时将身体稳定于车内。车体4周的保险杠有利于避免运动员撞击冰墙。北京2022年冬奥会钢架雪车比赛共设置男子、女子2个小项，将产生2枚金牌。
所以咱们听这些用词儿哈，冰上 F1。
So we talk about that's a key word mentioned many times, fast speed. We're looking at this is the F1 on ice. So a bobsleigh actually is the F1 on ice, and also the National Sledding Center already available and open to the public. So today let's get a visit to this center. So today we're coming to a very different center. So think I'm on a big mountain covered by cloud, and that's not really. And this is the National Sledding Center. So this is the track. The athletes start from here and also to run and also accelerate the speed. What a game! Just now I experienced the simulated VR bobsleigh games. So this is the 100% total a real experience. But still, we're not the athletes, so we not really have that the feelings. But I can tell you, looking at here is run, 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 accelerate, accelerate, accelerate. The bravest game. And looking at here, this is the places to host 3 games: a bobsleigh, luge, and a skeleton. So they use the same track, but they have a different starting up and also different a game position. So you're looking at, they have a different start. So either it's lying on, or the bottom, or that you are sitting inside. And the speed can reach as fast as 1,300 kilometers per hour, and it's F1 on ice. And in total, 10 medals can be expected from these 3 games. So the altitude here is above 2,000 meters. And looking at it, this is a lot of the turns. So we talk about it's like a snow dragon here, and this is only the A1 track here in China and the 17th in the world. So the design phase totally followed the international order. You're looking at there are a lot of different turns, the twistings, and also the altitude difference reached 121 meters. So they have around 16 turns. And also looking at here, we have a 360-degree turns here. So this is that 360-degree track. We talk about this game actually traveling and also very dangerous. So in the past Winter Olympic Games, it's cancelled 2 times. So how we pave the whole venue? And right now looking at this is the models, and we have the signature here, and also that's the approved by the international organizations, which means they check the samples, the materials. So looking at this is not just a simple concrete, as the double curved surface, including 4 layers. So that's looking at here from this side. So first it has a reinforcing steel bar, and also we have that as making the paps, and also we put the concrete inside, and at the top we covered by ice. So for the cooling pap, that's for the refrigerating system. So the thickness of the ice layer should be less than 5 millimeters. So they looking at our stuff, they're covered by the surface by water, and they need to perform this kind of the job all the time. So make sure that they all reach the game standards, and the masters will clean the track. And here it is the standing for spectators, and also this is the finishing line. And here is the place to give applause to athletes. And we can expect a very thrilling and also breathtaking games going on here in the Winter Olympic Games. So we know this is the F1 on us, and also we know it's very the exciting games. So we talk about, we have this kind of the VR to help us know how we can really control the bob, and this is the track is around 1,500 meters, and we need to finish the game in 2 minutes. So for outsider, what's your experience? So first of all, we know that we need to give a big applause to technology, because technology really bring these kind of games so close to us. As our reporter mentioned, this is a really dangerous game because it's already cancelled twice in the previous Winter Olympic Games. So we talk about this is always like for us, for human beings, we want to push the boundaries, we want to pursue faster speed to see where we can go. Of course, we should first protect the safety of athletes and also to let everyone enjoy the beauty of this game. So before the track is actually the ice track. a snow track because the resistance is huge, so it's not really safe. So that is why right now you're looking at has already changed from a snow track to ice track.
所以我觉得尤其是很多的青少年朋友们啊，比我这种胆儿大的。
I believe that the young generation or the brave one can really go have a try with VR. And so it's not hard to control, but we talk about really challenge your physical strengths. But we talk about our athletes. This is their day-to-day life. So it's really, they have a strong heart as well. So I believe that really invite the athletes to really go and see this game. Of course, they will boost your adrenaline. So talking about our athletes, let's look at how they train. So we paid a visit to the Beijing skeleton and a bobsleigh game. Let's look at the team. The athletes joined the team in 2015.
并屋国家雪车雪橇中心的配套设施是一座专门用来训练赛道出发的训练馆。这个夏天，队员们将主要在这里完善出发阶
And
段的各
so
项
this summer, looking at the athletes trained very hard. Just one gesture to train at the starting.
阶段的持续加速，进行有针对性
So they first, we know the athletes, the team need to first run down the track. So the starting is very important. So that's also one of the key tasks they need to train. And also we talk about just they need to really get on board within 16 to 18 steps. So they need to make every step count. So looking at, we have the cameras and also the high-tech help us to capture the details of each and every movement made by the athletes. And also looking at here, we have the technology and different tools to help us to analyze the power or strength allocation, and also to come up with a science-based approach to train our athletes. And this is also home-developed tools and applied to the day-to-day training this summer.
国家100多年，因此如何在短时间内迎头赶上科技手段的助力，
So China's still a newcomer to Winter Olympic Games. With the help of a high tech, we know more about the weakness, so we can train especially our weakness, so in a more precise manner. We talk about looking at the Winter Olympic Games. A lot of games compete speed, and wind resistance is one of the key factors. So how we can better deal with the wind resistance. Right now, you're looking at, we are right now with athletes to do a wind resistance testing.
通过分动实验呢，让运动员知道自己在橇上面应该要保持一个什么样的最佳姿态，能够是最节
So through this testing, the athletes can get a better idea about what position or gesture on the skeleton can help them to reach faster
从
speed.
冰上训练到体能训练，从科学饮食再到风洞测试，科技手段可以说贯穿了国家队训练的每
We're looking at the technology means really penetrated in each and every step of their day-to-day training. So just now we saw that the game, that's the skeleton and also the look.
没错，之前我们的节目曾
So we're just a newcomer to the bobsleigh, look and skeleton, but we are not a newcomer to one game. That's the game,
项目上曾经的领军人物，
and we know quite well speed skating.
短片了解一下。
So we have a special guest with us.
李 家军从1996年荷兰海格世界杯赛1000米比赛中为中国男子短道速滑。
Mr. Li Jiajun is a previous athlete and helped China win the first medal, and also helped the Chinese team win more than 20 medals at the different international games, and also had an era called Li Jiajun's era.
那个特别冷，那个滑完之后，那种脚、手和脸呢，完全没有。
So it's very cold weather, and you not really have feelings after you train, and also for athletes, it's very common to get injured.
昏迷1、2、3天。
入选国家集训队后，他是队里唯一的男队员。
And he also was in coma for 2 to 3 days, and also he was selected later on to the national team. And just hard work paid back. So just 100% concentrated to these games. From 500 meters to 3,000 meters, this is all your job. So from the quantity of training and strengths and tons.
全面项目陪练经历让李家军迅速成长为一个全能型选手。在世界
So before Mr. Li is a ladder player, later on he won 5 times of the O game
李家军的夺冠激发了全队的斗志，他对比赛的深刻
competitions.
清晰解读，成为
He really also boost the confidence to the Chinese team.
之后突然就觉得一豁然开朗了，突然一下就这个脑洞就开了，就觉得啊，这比赛应该是正序。
So with the all-round title, it's quite inspired me because suddenly we talk about we not just use the tactic. So we had the capability, so we need to own the game, we need to dominate the game. So this is something I understood from the venue, from the competition. In 1998, Nagano Winter Olympic Games, Li Jiajun entered the final 1,000 meters, so close to the finishing line.
不过一支冰刀的距离，李家军以0.053秒的微弱差距与中国男子
0.05 seconds. Li was the second place to finish the game.
国际滑联出了一个规定，就是这个以前那种冲刺方法叫箭步冲刺，算犯规。但是韩国和其他的国家可能对这方面有了一些，这1年有了一些很大的研究，以至于到奥运会突然韩国这个在比赛中出现那种技术动作状况下，让你根本就措手不及。
So this was something so new to us. And when you found it, they were already sprint and passing the finishing line.
作为此前2届世锦赛的该项目冠军，他渴望能在冬奥赛场冲顶，但在最后一个弯道处，李家军奋力超越时，
At the last turn,
碰撞又与冠军
at the collision with other athletes.
31岁的李家军带着伤病
2006, Mr. Li in his 31st,
第3个冲过终点，获得了中国男子短道在那届
he got a 3rd place and also the one and only medal
他将中国男子短道
for the Chinese game.
接力棒交到了年轻队员手中，而他不懈追求的执着精神，则是后来者的榜样。
现在呢，我们短片的主人公李家军就来到了我们的演播室。
And also Mr. Li with us in the studio.
刚才我们的短片是简要的回顾了一下。
In the short video, we just quickly reviewed your career. A lot of glories, a lot of world champions titles, still some regret. But that's also the beauty of the competitive games, how you evaluate your career as a speed skater. So we talk about for athletes, this is just our normal day-to-day life. So for our job, just like our job is to train every day, and we know so clear about our goal and also just pursue that goal non-stoply. So nothing can really stop us. So this is the spirit of the athletes. And right now, also working for the Winter Olympic Game Organizing Committee. for your new attitude, your new job, what's your expectation for the coming up Winter Olympic Games? So after I retired, maybe people not know quite well about my career right now. But I'm not really living this snow world. I managed before the game of skating, skiing, and also anything related to snow to us. I really would like to put myself in. I also would like to see a new glory created by China. So there's a really strong feeling and a close bond with this game. And talking about the young generations, we have a group of young kids, less than 10 years old, and they train every day at least 2 hours. And skating also one of the course at the elementary schools. And this is in Jilin, and the whole place established and built up last September. And looking at the venue actually to the competition standard. Looking at the kids, and they are the kids from the different elementary schools. The youngest one is 5 years old, and the elderly one is less than 10 years old. Every day they need to train at least 2 hours on us. And also we talk about the skating. Also one of the elementary school course. And also in winter, also organize camps and also the trainings and different activities here. So every day we can guarantee a 2-hour training. So from Monday to Sunday, so they will come here to train at least 2 hours every day. And also we consider this as a talent pool for the national team. And looking at the venue here, actually that's built aligned with the international competition standards. So this is a really good venue. And our goal is to prepare a talent pool, athlete pools, and also to cultivate the future talents. And also this is also free, open to the public. And looking at also building up the cross-country, the alpine skiing venues, and also they will be very soon available to the public. And Jilin is also a big place with a big province to cultivate a talent for Winter Games. Speed skating, we talk about that. One of the games that China is quite strong in. So why we can maintain these high competitive advantages? So for us, back to 1991, 1992, to the national team, and the host the national speed skating team actually established in 1995. But we're looking at the universities right now, talking about that the methods or the series of the speed skating, the tools, the venues, the whole philosophies, everything related to speed skating. Actually, there's no university have certain studies, research, or even a course in this regard. So everything actually based on us to try different ways to figure it out. So for me, myself, I went to different countries
包括现在这个匈牙利有2个运动员，有中国血统的这个兄弟俩
as coaches, and also
之后呢，咱们国内请进来呢，像包括像周洋，
we invited
教练也都是韩国的，所以说就是通过这种
the
结合、融合、联合等等这种各种方式。
the coaches from other countries. So actually, you can consider us this way, that we invited the experts to China, and also we go out to other countries to study and also coach other teams. So these kind of exchanges really help us to learn more about this
各
game.
个项目还是有比较强的实力，这个非常说把握的多金点，我觉得不能那么去说，但是说每个项目都有竞争力。
So for different games, they have different beauties, and also right now we're looking at the athletes work really hard, train really hard to make their best, and also we hope that the AHO public can endorse our athletes.
前瞻啊，
那么冬奥会上有这么多的项目啊，我们也知道您
So we have so many different games.
其实都是有所
So we talk
了解
about
的
the
也
A
会去参与
bobsleigh,
这些项目。其实在国内其实很
a
少
Luke
去关注
skeleton.
雪车、雪橇这样的。
So we talk about that the A bobsleigh or Luke skeleton for us is quite dangerous game, and we're also not so familiar with this kind of game. So how we can better know the games? So when we applied the Winter Olympic Games, actually 1/3 of the Winter Olympic Games even now started in China. So right now you could see actually the Winter Olympic Games is a really good opportunity for China to start and establish a team of all the Winter Olympic Games categories. So you think like this is really the excellent games and very excited. So we talk about that, Bob. We talk about that based on weight, based on speed. So your body weight also needs to reach that required weight, right? So we talk about talent. Can run really fast with a certain weight, and also that should that fulfill that game requirement, so that can lower the wind resistance.
轻而快，现在要求是重而快。
So before we always think about that, lightweight can reach maybe even faster speed, right? But right now we talk about that. You need to really have a certain body weight, so that provide a strong strength for you to push the bob first. And that's the same for like a Nordic combined or the elephant skiing. And to talk about we want to really slim or the athletes or lightweight, so they can jump higher, but actually at the same time also require a certain body weight. So this is quite conflict.
如果你要开到120公里的话，没有减速玻璃，没有任何这种防护，对吧？你去用视觉来在瞬间来转弯呐，包括控制速度啊，其实很难。
So talk about at a very fast speed, also need to control the bob, and you need to make twists, and also at the banded curve, turns.
在这个车流中穿插，去这个也是很困难的。所以说，这个总体。
So this is a really hard job. We talk about that the Winter Olympics, especially the bobsleigh, Luke skeleton. Actually, the whole team worked really hard and they improved a lot in their performance.
咱们的这个冰雪运动员都是特殊材料制成的。接下来我们在一起啊，进入到今天的我是打行家，来认识一对双胞胎姑娘。
他们最初学习的是花样滑冰，因为觉得花滑非常的优美，而在学习的过程中，他们也从进
So
步中
let's
收获
also get new. Get to know the twins, Hu Yuwei and Hu Yujia, and they're quite like a figure skating. So they watch a video click So think that the figure skating is very beautiful. So I really love this game. So you really need to tight your shoes, make yourself really safe, and also not to impact your performance and movement. So looking at first of all, we also cannot really hold ourselves standing still on ice. And also when we learn this ice shape movement, also really hard to control, and also sometimes really painful when you slide down. And also you need to look very closely to the teachers, and also the first need to train a lot, and also you need to stimulate the a teacher's movement. And right now you can think like right now I'm flying. So after skating, not really starving. So when growing up, I hope that I can be a teacher and also let more people, more kids to know the fun beauty of this game. And also I also would like to compete at the international venue.
如果说花滑体现了冰雪运动的艺术性，那么冰球无疑是展示了
Figure skating show the beauty and the grace of the Winter Games. And also we're looking at ice hockey. So there's a team of ice hockey. The team just organized less than 100 days, but you look at the young boys, they are also very brave. The elderly one are less than 14 years old, the youngest one is 5 years old. So train first on ground. Right now, it's good for them to train on ice, but of course, they need to start it from the basic skill. But they need to first have a solid foundation. Right now, in total, 70 kids, and they trained twice on ice. And then the rest time, they play and train on ground. So the fees actually is supported by the localities. And their coaches are also the qualified coaches. Ice hockey has a quite high requirement on venue, and also actually this is a really good game to watch. And they also have this kind of activities at the elementary schools. So to bring this kind of game so close to the young generations, so it's a really good teamwork and also the glory and also cohesion of the team. We talk about there are a lot of things to talk about of Winter Olympic Games. So we see a lot of young kids involved and also join the games. So from your side, what kind of suggestions you would like to give to them? So my first career is a public activities. So would like to bring more people. So that's a campaign called Bring 300 million people experience the Winter Games or winter sports. So we talk about how we can really involve more public to involve in winter games and also the winter sports, or how like the winter sports easier access to the public. So we bring this kind of game to the elementary schools. So in summer holidays or the other holidays, so they actually can go to these kind of the centers or go skiing or skatings.
那么在3亿
So
人
as
上
a
冰雪
father,
的这个愿景下，您作为父亲做了哪些工作呢？
其实我
bring your kids
原
to
本打算还是说希
try
望
any game.
能够继承冰雪运动。
So actually, my original
把他送到一些
dream is I hope my kids could
十一长假
to be a athletes. So that before that in his 4 or 5 years old, I brought him to a training center. So I want to first of all to have a strong body,
学住单身生活的时候呢，能够自己照顾
right,
自己。
and also can really take care of itself.
父亲想的非常的长远。
对，我们之前在节目当中也聊到，除了像我们的运动员啊，专业的比赛人员，
So talk
其实
about
还有
our
很多人
athletes.
在这个3亿人上冰雪的过程当中投身到北京冬奥会的很多的建
And
设。
also, we have seen that more people involved in this campaign to bring 300 million people to join
在这种非竞赛
winter sports. Talk about non-competition personnel, what kind of job we have done.
其实这是也是一方面的工作，因为不一定说我就上冰上雪了，就是在参与了。
We talk about we not really like put our foot on ice on snow, then we join that competition, we join that campaign. We talk
到
about
目前为止，咱国家参加了很多届的冬奥
till
会，
now,
但是能够
China joined many years of Winter Olympic Games, but we're looking at
很少很少。
the judges. Actually, we right now only one Chinese judge are qualified
所以说
to perform the task
尤其是
at
在这个
international
来讲，已经随着这个大江南北
competition.
遍地开花的这种上冰雪，
We
有一些
right now see more people growing,
冰雪课程，
people
来培养说对一个动作
involving in winter sports, but we talk about besides
对吧？这个等等，包括
ODs
竞赛方面，
for judges, for the personnel organizing the Winter Olympic Games. We talk about
要打蜡，
that ice making masters.
因为打比方早上8点比赛的时候，气温零下40度，那我最下面一层雪蜡可能就要打成零下40度的蜡。
And also we talk about
可
that
能到9点到10点了，气温升高了，可能升高
if the game started at 8 o'clock, then the layer of the snow waxing should be minus 40 degrees Celsius. And then when the time coming to 9 o'clock, you need to adjust the temperature of the snow waxing layers. So we really need talents in this regard. And we talk about the tracks, we talk about the winter sports venues. Actually, we right now not really have talent in this area. I hope that more and more people not just involved in winter sports, in winter games, they also have university, have courses to train the talents. And thank you for watching.